I know a lot of you have been waiting for this video. Sorry it took so long. I've had to move house. I just shipped out all my orders today and I have a little time on my hands and I thought I'd do this today. This is part 2 of my Tamagotchi collection video. Just a bit of background information for you in case this is the first video of mine that you're watching, or like if you haven't seen my first Tamagotchi collection video and you're like, what the hell, I subscribe to you for art content. So I've been collecting Tamagotchis for many years now and never really shown anyone my collection until recently, where I posted some of my artwork with my collection and people were just so fascinated by it. So I made my first Tamagotchi collection video and people were very interested by that as well, and I know some of you actually dived into the hobby as well after I posted about them, which is very, very cool. Thank you. And in that video I had only shown part of my collection, so I still have some things that I need to show you guys. And also I posted that video around 6 months ago, so my collection has grown and is still growing. So yeah, we have quite a lot to go through today, a lot of interesting Tamagotchis to show you guys. I was actually going to wait a little later before I did this video because I had recently found my Holy Grail Tamagotchi and it was one of those that was on top of my wish list and I had found it. The timing's just not right, mail's being delayed, so it's going to take a while before it reaches Australia from Japan. So maybe I'll do an unboxing video when that comes instead, and right now I'll just show you what I have. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna start with all the color Tamagotchis first. Obviously these are one of the more modern versions. When Tamagotchis first came out, they were all in black and white. This one here is the Tamagotchi Sweets Meets, and it's one of the latest versions that allows you to connect to the Tamagotchi On and Meets app as well. And on the app, you can marry other people's pets from all around the world, which is pretty crazy because usually you would have to be physically with the other person to play with friends or family. And obviously now with the app, you can connect with anyone from around the world as long as you have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which is very amazing. I really love all the Tamagotchi Meets. There are many versions of this. This is the sweets version, which means that it's dessert themed. You can even see how all the backgrounds are dessert themed. The shell itself is dessert themed, and it's the only Tamagotchi Meets that has a gem on the shell. Mine is the white version, and this was a limited or like special edition version that was only obtainable at Toys R Us in Japan. I'm running this one at the moment. Let me show you guys her parents. So these are her parents. The mum was an ice cream cone with doggy ears and ribbon at the back, and the dad is a Monkey King. And yeah, another thing I love about the Tamagotchi Meets is it has this gene mixing function which allows you to create different looking pets every single time, because depending on who you marry, you get different type of genes that your pets can inherit. And this makes the game so interesting because every day you wake up to something different. I really love running this with my friends, and because I loved it so much, I also got the Tamagotchi On. So this is the Tamagotchi Wonder Garden. It's an English version Tamagotchi. So it has like this Alice in Wonderland themed place and has Alice in Wonderland themed characters. It's more of like a fantasy themed Tamagotchi. So I have this in the color lavender. But one thing I don't like about the English version is the back is a screw back, whereas the Japanese versions is a button back. So when I change batteries, this one is a bit more troublesome and this one is a bit easier. Not that much of a problem, but it's just one of those things that you thought, you know, Bandai would have eliminated by now, because a lot of problems with screws is that they do strip in time, or if you tighten them too much, you risk stripping them and then the toy's basically unplayable if you fully strip the screw and you can't get it out. So just be mindful of that if you get a Tamagotchi On or a Tamagotchi Wonder Garden. Gameplay on the English version is exactly the same as the Japanese version, and even if you don't know Japanese, the Japanese versions are very self-explanatory and very easy to play, so don't worry if you don't know Japanese and want to play one of these. And again, because I love the mixing features so much and I love the app features so much, I went ahead and bought the Tamagotchi Pastel Meets. I never got around to buying this because I didn't really love all the special characters on this. This is supposed to be an Easter themed Tamagotchi, so all the special characters are little eggs. This bunny chicken, I'm so sorry I'm calling it that, but I'm just trying to describe it to you. And this floral character here. But now it's actually one of my favorite versions because this is the only Tamagotchi meets that gives you the blue pixels. And the blue pixel is so pretty. All your characters have like this blue glow to them. Everything turns pastel color, and the shell is actually really, really underrated. Let me just show you what it looks like. So this is the shell. It's a very simple design, but everything is in pastel colors, and that's why it's called the pastel meets. I ended up running this for almost 20 generations. That's how much I liked it. Similar to the Tamagotchi Wonder Garden and Tamagotchi meets, this one is the Tamagotchi Som. So this is the Korean version of this game, and the Korean versions have their own shell colors that are exclusive to the Korean Tamagotchis. And out of the 4 different designs, I picked the blue one. These are actually quite hard to find because they are only sold in Korea, so it took me quite some time and like a lot of effort to obtain this one. You can connect the Korean versions with the Japanese versions and they can marry and you can, you know, play with each other. But one sad thing about the Korean version is they don't work on the app, so there is a limit to the gameplay, which is why I haven't really run this a lot because I love going on the app and just connecting with friends on there. That's also why instead of getting all the 4 colors, I only picked one. Gameplay wise, it's really not my favorite, sadly. The next one I want to show you is the Tamagotchi 4U. I've already shown you guys this in my last video, but the difference this time is I have a new faceplate for it. I did mention in my last video that I wanted a new faceplate, and I managed to find this comic themed faceplate which I thought matched the blue body. Still haven't gotten around to running this one because I've just been playing all the other ones with my friends. A lot of people also customize their own faceplate and, you know, paint or make their own faceplates, but I'm a lazy bum, so this one was directly produced by Bandai. They actually made many different versions. For now, I'll stick to this one. I don't think I should fall into the rabbit hole of getting all the faceplates. That would be crazy. So the next thing I have is the Tamagotchi 4U Plus. The 4U Plus is actually super similar to the 4U. The shell, it's basically the same. The main difference is the gameplay, and also all the 4U Pluses have this like just color shell theme kind of thing going. I have the baby pink version here, and this one came without box, but it's in absolutely almost perfect mint condition, so I was very happy about that. I'm hearing very different opinions about these after talking to more people about it. Some people really enjoy the simplicity and they're like, if you have a day job, these should be your go-to because they're so easy to run and they're so cute, so customizable. And some others are just like, you know, when Bandai produced these, they eliminated some main features that were so loved by people and they couldn't understand why they would do that. And that's why these were not as well received as the other versions of Tamagotchis. So yeah, very different opinions. I really need to run these to see for myself. And I just realized I forgot to show you guys another color of the 4U Plus that I have. This one is actually my favorite out of all the 4U Pluses. Always wanted the green one, especially because on the box, the green one is the only one that has Kuchipachi on it. Green is also my favorite color, and so I was really happy to find this in box. This one is not in as good of condition as this one. As you can see, there's like small little scratches here and there, but it's fully functional and I don't really mind the small scuffs and stuff. Super happy to have this in my collection. The green is so pretty, and I know some people like swapping the faceplates like this on the 4U Plus just to mix it up a little bit. I don't think it works very well with these two. They look kind of ugly like this. But yeah, I really like the 4U Pluses. They're so therapeutic to look at because the whole thing is just one color. I've seen on Instagram where some collectors have all the colors and they lay them out on the table, and oh, it just looks like a beautiful egg rainbow. The next color Tamagotchi I want to show you is my Tamagotchi Peas in the color green. In my last video, I showed you my pink one, and I've always wanted a green one, but I think the green and the purple and the yellow are the most popular Tamagotchi Peas colors, and they're so hard to find and also so expensive. This one is in used condition, but it's fully functional and it looks great. And I have this with the original silicone heart, which makes me really happy because a lot of people sell these without the heart. The whole thing just looks very incomplete and I feel sad looking at them. If you don't know what the Tamagotchi piece is, you can basically remove this and there are these piercers that you can put on. It's kind of like a DLC, and then you can download additional content onto these Tamagotchis. Also low-key hoping that Bandai does more shells of gems because this is so cute. The next thing I want to show you is this Tamagotchi Plus color in the color magenta. I know in my last video I was like, I wish I had more colors but I can't afford it. I was lucky enough to find this in a reasonable price. The only problem with this one is when I got it, it was really badly battery corroded. And I was really sad because I found this at a reasonable price. It wasn't cheap, but like it was reasonable for a Tamagotchi Plus color. On the outside, it looks really good, but when I opened it up, this was just all blue and it was like disgusting. The batteries were still in and obviously have been in for like 10 years. And it didn't work because the wires on the inside had also corroded. But the crafter in me was like, don't give up on it. And then I opened it up and with a soldering gun, I managed to solder the wires back in place and now it's in full working condition. I'm so proud of myself. I had no idea what I was doing, but it worked out. And not long after that, I found this Tamagotchi Plus color in the color mint, which is one of the colors I've always wanted. The Tamagotchi Plus color is one of my favorite color Tamagotchis because it's so content rich and it's Bandai's first color Tamagotchis, and I really like the shell. It's got a flat back, so it sits perfectly still on the table, it doesn't wobble, and the shell is so chunky. The screen is curvy as well. I really like these. The last color Tamagotchi I have to show is this Tamagotchi IDL. This is the only IDL I have, and this is the Princess Spacey version, which is a special edition of the IDL. The IDL has a very similar shell to the Tamagotchi Meets. I haven't run this yet, but I did try run the Tamagotchi ID with a friend one time and it only lasted 2 days and mine died very quickly, so the ID wasn't very easy to run. I know the IDL is somewhat similar, so I'm saving this for when I take a work break and I have more time to look after it. Otherwise it would just be like an endless loop of my pet dying every 2 days. Now we can move on to the older version black and white Tamagotchis. This one is the Tamagotchi Suku, which basically means Tamagotchi school. And this one is very cool because instead of raising a pet, you run a school and you have to recruit students and stuff like that. But look at the shell, it's so cute, and all the stationaries have like faces on them. It's actually much flatter than I thought it would be, and it's in such a cute color, and I really like how it comes with a school style name tag as well, like 10 out of 10 for details. Then we have the Tamagotchi Entama. This Entama is in obviously a dark blue color. I really like this shell because usually vintage Tamagotchis have one shell color and then the buttons would always be another color, and for some reason they designed this one to have the same dark blue color buttons as the dark blue color shell, which makes it super galaxy space themed. There are some really interesting characters on the Entama that I really want to try race, and people have rated the Entama really well, saying that it's one of the most content rich vintage Tamagotchis and it's just so interesting, packed with amazing content. I haven't had time to run it yet, and I think this is the only Entama that I have. Oh no, it's not. Okay, I've got more to show you guys. But yeah, I'll definitely run this sometime soon because I'm very curious to see why it's so loved. This is the other Entama that I have. Hang on, just let me open it. This is a special edition Tamagotchi Entama, and it's the Chow edition. There are 3 different shell designs for this series, one with Kuchipachi here, one with Mamechi, and one with Memechi. And out of the 3, I picked the one with Kuchipachi because he is my favorite character. So this came with this special edition Mamechi charm as well, and it's a charm of Mamechi just reading a book. It's super cute. I haven't opened it yet, and that charm can go on the little strap on the Tamagotchi. And then we have this Professor Frog Uratama, and oh my god, this one is my favorite. I would never ever part with this little baby. So beautiful. Frogs are my favorite. Green is my favorite. The Uratama shell is my favorite because it has a star antenna and star beads. 10 different perfect things in one. This is the best thing ever. The Uratama has blue pixels, which is another thing that makes it extra special. I got this out of box, but I'm very tempted to get another one that's in box. Is that too crazy? Next we have this 2 JAL special edition Uratamas. As you can see, this was a collaboration with the airline JAL. There are these 2 Uratamas that I thought were so cute. They are character shells. I got this one first to play with. I had like a JAL themed Tamagotchi run with some friends, and one of my friends had this, and I saw it and I was like, I need the both of them. I actually ended up liking this way more than this, but I love them both. Which one do you like more? Next we have the Tamagotchi Keitai in this strawberry shell, and it doesn't only have strawberries on it, it's got cherries and apple. It's just such a sweet shell. I've always wanted this. I think the shell is so pretty, and I love how this little tag is a transparent pink as well. The Keitai is not my favorite in terms of gameplay. I find it to be a bit dull. That's why I don't have a lot of Keitais. This Keitai actually has red pixels. I've never played with a red pixel Keitai before, but I've heard that the pixels are quite hard to see on the screen, but I don't see it as a problem because the Uratama has blue pixels, which makes it hard to see as well, but I didn't have any problems playing with it, so it'll be really cool to have something different. Red pixels sounds so cool. Next thing I want to show you is this Famitama, the Famalichi. This one has Charmamechi on it, who is Mamechi's little sister. As you can see, this one was a collaboration with Uniqlo. I find it so funny how they keep doing collaborations with companies that you would never have thought would do a collaboration with Bandai for Tamagotchis. Like, that is just so cool. This one is in perfect condition. It's almost brand new, but it came without box. But it's fine, it's very pretty. And next we have another Famalichi, but this one is extra special because it's the one from Tamadeppa. Tamadeppa is the official Tamagotchi store, like a physical store that used to be in Japan, but they unfortunately closed down, and this was limited to that store only. Mine is used, but it's in really great condition. The key is not its original key color. I think the original one is gold or something, but this red one matches it, so it's still very cute and I love it so much. The background says Tamadeppa. I just think these character shells are so adorable, and I love when they put Charmamechi on the shell because she isn't seen very often, but she is one of the cutest characters ever. The next thing I have is this Tamagotchi Music Star. This is an English Tamagotchi. I don't actually have a lot of English Tamagotchis because English Tamagotchi shells aren't my favorite, but this one is so pretty, and it has this guitar pick as a little keychain because it is the Music Star, so it's music themed. The pink color is actually really pearly in real life. I don't know if you can see on camera. I don't think this is the original pick for it. That's okay. It looks amazing. It's perfect, don't you think? And the last thing I have to show you is this Santagotchi. Santagotchi is one of the most popular vintage Tamagotchis. It comes with 3 different colors, and obviously it's Christmas themed. The gameplay itself is quite special because basically you help Santa collect items so he can do his job. Let me just open it up to show you. So mine is in mint condition. It's fully functional. The white color one is my favorite because I don't know, I just think the shell is the cutest out of the 3 different colors. The instruction booklet, again, spot on, so pretty. The colors are just so adorable. Look at Kuchi Pachi. The details on the box is also amazing. Like, all the little cardboard inserts have these little Santa prints on them. Just the attention to detail is amazing. So sometimes getting things in box has this advantage, like I get to appreciate all the small details. Maybe it's just me being creepily observant. Also, I've been told that a very common problem with the Santagotchi is that the pixels fade. So when I got this I was a bit worried, but when I turned it on it was just perfectly fine. So very, very lucky, because when you buy these vintage toys, there's really no telling whether things will work perfectly or not, and even if they don't, there's nothing much you can do about it. It's just one of those things that you have to risk when you buy vintage toys. So that's it for part 2 of my Tamagotchi collection video. Thank you so much for showing so much interest in what I collect. It means a lot to me, especially when I never thought people would be interested. If you're also a collector, feel free to show me your collection. You can always send me photos and videos on Instagram. I would love to see your collection. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I'll have more to show you very, very soon.